What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be looking at the best meta centre-backs you can currently get in FIFA 23. We start off with an incredible one in the brand new future star 90 Arejo. He is a 2-star, 4-star, and to be honest, we've gone with the list with the top of the top, which we'll probably go to next, and then we'll work our way down because we know the top of the top. We know Maldini, we know obviously Virgil Team of the Year, but it's the players like Arejo and a few of the others that we've put in as well that are new. They're brand new to the game. We want to know if we can work with it, and also it's nice to change your team. Arejo, from the very start, to be honest, has always been very good in this game. His gold card was a standard solid centre-back, and as we've progressed, he managed to get himself, I believe, a path to glory, and then now he's in the future stars. We've got great composure, great defending and physicals, some solid pace on him. He just needs that bit of acceleration boost, but is a very, very stable centre-back you can get in this game currently. There's very little bad words to say about him. I feel like as he progresses through, could really turn into a very, very solid centre-back. Are you tired of using players like this? I would much rather have teams more like this. Then I recommend going over to skycoach.gg for all of your coaching and coins needs. They are cheap, fast and reliable, but at the checkout make sure you are using code JT11 for a discount on your orders. Back to the video. Then if we just get rid of the big boys, we know these are some that we just brush over because they are the best. If you're going to be talking about the best meta centre-backs, you've got to put the top in. And to be honest, with pretty much every position, goalkeepers are a little bit harder. I feel like they have a bit more of an argument for them. But normally, left-backs, centre-backs, kind of midfielders, wingers, strikers, always have at least 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 positions where they know they are there. Virgil van Dijk is the first one. Maldini's another. We've then got Militao Team of the Year. We've got Nesta Team of the Year. Was going to say it's not his prime, it's definitely his Team of the Year. We've got Vidic Team of the Year, Ramos as an SBC, and then we have World Cup Lucio. So Lucio is a brand new one if we just start off on him. Brand new one to this year and has definitely taken it by storm. His normal hero card is still very, very obtainable and very, very good as well, but this card is just an absolute demon. People are saying that he is very much closing down on Maldini, but with the like of Sergio Ramos here, again, this was a cracking SBC that, to be honest, little bit gutted I didn't finish him. I don't know why I didn't finish him, but definitely one that I should have gone with. If you didn't as well, then unfortunately we will just have to wait for another big boy centre-back to come out as well. But again, this guy has just been causing so many problems. It seems to be everybody has a Team of the Year Van Dijk, and if they have a Van Dijk, they have a Ramos to partner with him. If it's not Ramos, it's most definitely Lucio. He's definitely one of the biggest centre-backs I've seen this year consistently across teams. Ramos, as we know, any sort of flashback, end of era, or any boosted card we get from him is always pretty nice. Incredible defending, physicals are always good, great acceleration, but it's his sprint speed that could do with a little bit more work, and he is a 3-star. In terms of the two Team of the Year icons, as we see with Nesta and Vidic, both of them with incredible boost to their pace. That is the big thing for them, and I think it really just revitalized their card. Base, mid, prime, they just have no value. They literally are fodder from the get-go. Maybe, just maybe, you can use a Vidic very much day one, kind of first week, if you manage to pack him, but in general, they are pretty much fodder from the get-go. We see gold cards that can do pretty much the same, so nobody's going to really buy them, but these two versions are absolutely outstanding. I think Vidic is probably my favourite out of the two. Obviously, being a Man U fan, he's always going to have that edge, but I think in terms of his agility balance, kind of the overall work with the composure, the pace, have really came out nice for Vidic, but Nesta, still incredible as always. The defending on him, and defending on both of them, to be honest, is absolutely sensational as well. So they have kind of, in the past few weeks, stepped up to the mark in the top spots, and we normally don't see that with most positions. You kind of have your top 4, and normally they are icons. They're either icons or, for instance, if you're looking at golds, you're looking at a gold Virgil, you're looking at a gold Mbappe, even though technically they have got a Team of the Year, a World Cup stories if we're talking in Virgil's sense. They're still them. That's their version. It's in-game. It's whoever the best version of that card is. Obviously, with Militao, he's managed to get a Team of the Year, which is always perfect. His stats all round. Good composure. Was expecting a little bit more for a 94, not going to lie. But the defending physical pace is absolutely exceptional. Then obviously Maldini, every year, without fail, still one of the best centre-backs in the game, if not the best centre-back. I rate him so highly, and I don't even know why. We look at Militao, we look at Nesta, the stat-wise, the comparison, there's not really a huge difference. Like, yes, we've got incredible composure on him. Defending at 96 is one of the best. We see a lot of 94, 95s, but in general, physical-wise, nothing really crazy there. 83 on the base, 86 pace is always nice, but it's not as if every stat is like 94, 95. You've got some average stat looking types there, but in game, he is just an absolute unit. Same as Virgil, gold card, World Cup stories, whatever version you've got of Virgil, he is an absolute monster. This card, again, is just doing himself so much justice in this game. It is absolutely unreal. You come up against him, and it's so hard to break him down. He's everywhere. He's even quicker now. His defending's better now, and even more physical that you physically just don't want to hold on to. And obviously, the 99 reactions and composure is just a nice cherry on top. We then take ourselves back down to some random meta players now. Timber, I think, is a great shout for a very different sort of card. Obviously, being in the Netherlands, he is for Ajax, which is always nice for them teams that are necessarily a hybrid, something a bit different. We did have another Timber as well, I believe his brother in Feyenoord, I want to say, but Timber's coming in at 234, which is incredible pricing, and I think more budgetable than it is obviously for the Virgils, the Lucios, all coming in over millions. And again with the stats, 87 pace on the base, always great. 87 and 85 defending physical. You can see the difference between an 89, a 94, a 92, 93. So there is obviously a little bit of room or wiggle room for him to get even more. But if you were to whack a shadow on this card, just to max out that pace as much as you can, 95 pace, 94 defending, and turns him into a 91 rated centre-back. And I think that's incredible for somebody so cheap. We then move on to Tomori, who in Team of the Season is going to be an absolute storm of a card. 88 rated with great pace, defending physical, 4-star weak foot, which is always nice. Obviously, the only position is the centre-back. This is a winter wildcard version of him, but we've got incredible sprint speed on him. Reactions, composure is really good. Agility balance is solid for a centre-back, and then obviously the defending physical stats are coming in clutch as well. But imagine a 94 to 96 rated Tomori Team of the Season. That is going to be a card that you do not want to come up against. And most definitely, we've got a lot of good centre-backs spread across the leagues at the moment. We then go to his counterpart in Kalulu for a future star. Again, not necessarily one that is incredibly different compared to a lot of them. And I think that is the sort of standard we're getting now, is we are having a lot of similar players. They're very, very similar in rating and obviously in stats. But a big thing for this guy, if we look at him in comparison to Timber, 87, 85 on the defending physical, 87 pace, 85, 87, 84, but this guy's coming in at 95,000 coins. We'll give you that strong link to obviously Tomori, obviously French as well, so we get even more links to the Mbappes, to the Payets, to obviously all of them players. So that is just a fantastic little mix card there, very efficient on the price, and will still give you a very good go in that centre-back role. Now, up until recently, I've never really rated this card next, and to be honest, I thought he was always okay, but it's only been since recent, and I don't know if they personally have upgraded him, or for some reason he's gone back into a meta sort of ability. Schlotterbeck, 27,000 coins, and the kid has got defending. Pace-wise, you go with a shadow, you're looking very tidy on that one, ends up with 90 pace, 95 defending, for a card that's 27,000 coins and comes in at a 91 overall rating. If you are looking for a German centre-back that still could potentially get an upgrade, this is a guy to go for. Very, very cheap. We did get a free version of him, I believe, in the first round of draft objectives, or it was like play 10 matches with with whatever. We managed to get a free version of him, and my god, he is an absolute fantastic player. He comes in very nice, and I think the price compared to the output is very big for this card, and personally a fan favourite at the minute. Then we have Kimpembe, who is just as ratty as you like. Incredible defender. Obviously, he is a FUT Centurions, so he hasn't got a performance-based card yet. Whether he gets a community vote, or obviously in footies potentially have a big upgrade, maybe sometime soon, but FUT Centurions weren't really that long ago, so I can imagine he won't be getting anything until the later the stages of this game. Obviously, the defender and physical, again, incredible. Composure's good enough, got a good amount of reactions, and again, like who was it? Was it Tomori? I think it was Tomori, or was it on about Timber? With some good agility balance. To be honest, looking across all the board there, some very good agility balance, bar from when we go to Arejo. But in general, Kimpembe is just an absolute joke of a centre-back. He manages to do it all. We then have Varane, the incredible player. To be honest, I probably could have put him in the top tier and just said that he is a standard. Any version of him would be incredible, but we definitely could do with an upgrade now. Winter Wildcards was a fair few weeks ago now, so maybe we see one in the future. Whether he gets a team of the season will depend on how he goes with the kind of later stages of obviously the Premier League, but I wouldn't say it's too likely just yet. I can imagine community could be a shout, but it depends on what the criteria is for that. But again, very, very much top end from Varane. He is, again, another cracking centre-back, but I believe he does come in at a pretty penny cost. I could be wrong if he's gone up or down. If I can spell his name right, that might help. But Varane is currently coming in 775,000 coins. It's a lot. And I think in terms of this, when we look at the likes of Schlotterbeck, we look at Kalulu, obviously Tomori as well. Still pretty penny for Tomori, but definitely not as much. You can see the difference in caliber. Obviously, the price is always going to be higher on the considered better cards. We're not looking at Virgil for 400, 500k and be happy with it. He's currently coming in at 2 mil still. We then look at Maldini at 1.6, Eden Militao at 1.6, Nesta at 1 million. There is a lot of cards that are very expensive, but that's the whole point of having the expensive versus the cheaper. The cards that are a little bit more on the budget side, and you can help and decide yourselves who you want in your centre-back lineup and what coins you are willing to spend. We've got a cheap category, kind of an average 100 to 400k, and then the absolute cost of a lifetime. They're going to cost you an arm and a leg. But let me know down below who are your centre-backs, anybody else you'd like to add to the list, and also would you like this to go towards a graphic based rather than just on FIFA? Maybe add in the kind of cheap, medium, expensive. Let me know what you think, because if you've made it this far, then obviously you like what you hear. Let me know down below if you like that or prefer it over maybe searching for the cards on this. Maybe we put a bit of footbin in if we wanted to do this way. If not, graphics could be the way if you wanted. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all for the next one. Peace.